Okay, here's one of my favorite books. I found it. I found some others too. Can't miss out on these. If you're at part 4 here, then you like this kind of video. That's Penetration by Ingo Swann. The question of extraterrestrial and human telepathy. And yeah, a lot of the top remote viewers, they don't want to say, oh, is this real or real not? Well, I've been in remote viewing since the 90s. Done it many times. Um, this is the real deal right here. I've experienced everything that he's experienced in that book. Everything. So, and it's just, it's written very matter-of-factly. It's not, and it's the truth. And here's a penetration book, special edition. So you can get it for, I think, $25. You don't got to spend $1,500, $950, $450 for the original copy. I paid $450 for this one. I was so excited when this first got pulled from the shelves, and I took the whole day off of work just to sit down and read this book. Took me 5.5 hours. I'm a slow reader. So here it is right here. You can get the new edition of it. It's supposed to have some extra material in there that I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. Yeah, this is doing ayahuasca. These are good books, and they got, you get some, you're gonna get purposely some people from the establishment. They're gonna give this William Tompkins a bad write up on Amazon. Oh, it reads like a whole desk full of desk notes. Well, it's not true. I've experienced what this guy's experienced. I'm not going to go into that now. I'll save that story about that. But yeah, ethereal beings can manifest into this reality, and they're the ones that launched our space program, working with the engineers. And there's volume 2, and I haven't got to that one yet. Definitely that's a books you have to read. Now, I'm going to go through the raw material here. This is 5 volumes. I'm on my 3rd set. I gave my old sets away. That's volume 1, 5, which is personal channelings. And there's book 5. That's book 4. This is book 5. This is like mostly on their cat and different questions that are personal, but they went ahead and published it anyways. And that tells you, if you're a logical thinker, that it's not all made up. Because, for one thing, when I first opened this book up, Bonnie bought some books at a garage sale, and when she was off on a trip, I went into the box. I was like, I'm gonna read the first book I pull out of here, no matter what it is. And this book went right into my hand. So there was somebody there with me, went right into my hand just like that, shoved it into my hand, and I was like, huh. Somebody wants me to read this book. This is like 20 years ago. And I started reading it, and back then I was not really into channeling, but I was like, oh my God, this is such BS. The first chapter, I'm like, well, I promised that I would read the whole book and keep an open mind to it. Well, halfway through the book, you start having your encounters, and if you're going to start reading this material and be a student of it, don't cheat and go on the internet and read. But yeah, you'll get the Ra is watching, and he knows the extraterrestrials know all your business, and you will have, if you're a serious student of it, I've had several encounters. I'll talk about that one day when I upload my story. Probably about 50 1-hour videos, and I'll talk about all my encounters in contact. But yeah, everybody has to have these 5 volumes, and it's always been free on the internet. You can type in the PDF. It's always been free. They're not about making a profit off of it, but they do put them in paperback, and you can get them at bookstores for like $5 each. Just buy them new, and that way you can go to the back and you could look things up. And it's great too. You go out to lunch or something, and if you work in an office building, you get connect with like-minded people. They see the book and they want to know what it is. So you can meet other people like that and network. But These books right here, 90% of that is that was the first questions I asked when I got chances to talk to the Orions, and 90% of that is factual. Let's see, the Treasures of the Darkness. That's nothing. Divine Encounters by Zachariah Sitchin. That's a great book. Missing 411. All I'm going to say about this topic is, what am I going to say about that? We talked to 13 using a talking board. We raised 13 of the most highest profile missing people in these books. One of them was Mr. Huffman. We talked to him for 2 hours. He disappeared in Green Swamp off a tannic grade. I've been on there hunting countless times. There's no way that guy could disappear in there. There's only a tiny little swamp in there, and you really have to do something stupid to end up in that swamp. But he told us the whole story, and we talked to 13 of them, and nothing was paranormal that may cause these people to disappear. And I was actually the first one to overlay these maps and draw conclusions to it. And I got into my own knot of fear, worrying about my son going over here and warning him about it and all that. But if you read the damn books, they got people from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and it's always open-ended. And if you talk to the people, they either got murdered or, like the one guy who he bought a survival book, and he was going through the camping, and he ate some poison berries. He misidentified them, and he got a fever of over like 114 or something crazy, 107, and he took all his clothes off, and that's when he ran up to the two people that were fishing, and they sent him to the road, and he went in the other direction. Like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? Well, he crawled up underneath some metal sheeting from an abandoned house, and he died, and that's where his body's at. But anyways, none of these people died of something paranormal. And I asked the extraterrestrial Orions, they said, well, the mysteriously missing people, 3% of them are paranormal. But they reminded me that nothing happens to you without your approval on your higher level. So some people are taken for terraforming on other planets, but I could see, make one book about it and all that, just raise awareness to it, but over book after book after book. And these spirits on the other side, these people are actually gone. They're really not happy, and their families are all worried about them because they don't have any closure, and they think they got eaten by reptilians, or they're lost in some dimension, or mermaids got them, whatever. They're very unhappy, and whatever you feel, they feel 10 times more. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But if you want to read the books, you can. If you want that to ruin your camping or hunting, that'll do it. I spent 7 years. You'll see my 411 video I put up. And I've had 3 major experiences with something that was trying to take us from the woods. But in my comments on that video, I put in there what actually I found out later, because I got to get all my questions answered. And only one experience I had in 35 years that I've been keeping track of it could be considered to be paranormal. Not paranormal, they're all paranormal, the ones I had listed, because I know the difference. But one of them was negative. You could call it evil, but I was protected, just like everybody else is, and they intercepted it and stopped it. If they didn't, and I came up missing, nothing happens without your higher approval. What else do I got? Oh, here. When you get the raw material, you definitely don't want to skip ahead to the new volumes they got out. These are, I've read those books countless times. I've wore out three sets, and my God, this is like, I think you need like 40 years of study to get through these books. These are like interpretations from PhDs and all that, and they add it to the original raw material. And, well, it's too much. But I bought it because there's supposed to be missing, when they were doing the channeling sessions, there was information on the secret space program. And again, when I purchased the books, I can't find it. If any of you know where it's at in these books, let me know. And I think that's it. Those are the ones I wanted to go over.